So
Darn
yeah, I know.
I'll open this meeting of the Bisbee Arts Commission on Monday, May 2nd, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. First thing, roll call.
Jenny Druckman.
Here.
Bill Higgins.
Here.
Karen Schumacher.
Present.
Sharon Stetter.
Here.
Angela Rockefeller.
Here.
Leslie Johns.
Here.
Nina Williams here.
So we don't have any call to the public this evening, so we'll move to item 1, discussion regarding Brett. Sharon Stetter, was this put on the...
Yes.
For her.
Oh, I thought it was a car outside.
No,
it's
it's
freaking me out.
Here,
Okay.
I'll just trade you. Let's see if it works.
No, his is off.
I shut this off because I thought it was.
I thought it was yours, Karen. As soon as you moved it, it was better.
Yeah, maybe yours needed to move.
Hello.
I'm post-traumatic like feedback disorder.
Does it sound better? Is it better?
Yeah, I think it was that one. Oh no, wasn't.
You know what? Maybe it's because you're touching the table. That one's sensitive.
I can also turn this one off.
Oh, is that the?
Oh, it's you.
Ah.
It was yours.
Oh, I heard the background go
Yeah,
away.
this
That's
one.
nice.
There was a dull.
Yeah.
dull-
Mark and Mark.
I thought it was just me.
All right.
All right, as I'm probably the one up, as we're going to talk about the brats, first let me say to you guys, I'm going to have to bow out of here by 6:45 because I'm now teaching yoga on Monday nights after the BAC meetings. So just
We should be
apologize if I have to leave earlier than the meeting. With regards to discussion regarding the brats, I have a meeting with Eva and Poe, who are kind of the bratsters, the head bratsters. Anyway, I'm going to see them on Thursday this week. There's talk of that. And we're trying to decide what makes the most sense, and I think everyone should kick in on this one. Because the brats still want to do their role that they always do down Main Street. As the bottom line, that's what I heard. But they are willing to also do, put the cart up and down the street, or does it make sense to roll it down this, from one end of Little to the other? I don't think it does.
Not with the width of the tents and such.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we just put them on display. So after they roll the brats, they bring them to Lowell, they display them, and then they're all there on Sunday. And then Sunday they have to get them out of there, just like everyone else has to get everything else out. Does that sound like a?
I think that
So we
makes
just need to remember to leave room for them in designated spots.
Right.
And I think spreading them out and having them scattered throughout the festival
That'd be
really cool.
Would be fun. Yeah, instead of them all lined up in a.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're on board with that.
Okay, and just, I did unfortunately tell the mayor we were gonna roll them down from Old Bisbee into Lowell. I'm just kidding.
They would love to do that.
I told him
by
that.
the
He
way.
looked at me like he was gonna kill me.
There are some
Right.
of the bratsters who really want to do that.
I think that I got a hard no on that one.
Maybe when we have the bike lane.
Brat lane.
Bike lane, yeah.
If we had it, that would be wonderful. Yes. So another reason for it to be done, but it won't be done.
I might need to build myself one if that.
It will not be done by then. Then we will move, is that, that's
That's
good on
it.
that?
Yeah.
And then the item 2, discussion regarding the window tribute. We returned, except for the vase, all of the things to Betsy on Sunday that were left. We do have
The photo.
the boards. The photo of the bird, I did not know who belonged to.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
is
the
there?
bird photo.
Oh.
Yeah, she was the one that wrote the really, really long, I've got it in my notes, yeah.
Beth Henson.
Beth Henson?
Beth Henson, that's hers.
Okay.
That was her contribution.
Do you know how to reach her?
I think it's on the back of the piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how to reach.
Okay.
So we only
I
have
didn't
access.
realize that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that came in very late, and then she was mad I didn't get it up fast enough, but we were trying to finish the back side of that wall for the museum, and I didn't want to hang anything that was going to take down.
So we have access to the museum when it's open now?
When it's open, or any time that we would like, pretty much Andy said she would meet us there. Of course,
She
everybody.
told us, she said, no, she
Yeah,
said she.
everybody's got lives. Barb then reiterated, I'll meet you there anytime. They don't want us to have a key, and I don't know why, but that's okay. That's their
That was
facility.
yeah.
And so that was a pretty big trusting thing that we had the keys to begin with. Now that they've got their shop open and displayed and
It's
maybe,
understandable.
it's understandable. So, with regards to what's coming in, the Technoprint order wasn't done on Friday when I was leaving on Saturday morning. It's done today, whatever good that does, it's up in Phoenix, but we will get it down here this weekend, by the weekend.
Okay.
And
So
since they're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe we do the window on Friday night, maybe, when it's cool in the window?
yeah, I'm open to doing it Friday night.
Okay, all right,
So I teach until 7,
okay.
but I'll be in.
Did you want a
both
quorum
ways.
notice?
I don't think, we can, we'll probably call a quorum just in case. We
Right.
know that in the past, well, when it's during the middle of the day, it's too hot in the window for more than like one person. But,
Do
we can call a quorum just to cover, I'll come down on Friday and work with you.
What
I think,
time? I'm sorry.
Let's do 4:30 to 8:30 just to cover. And we'll be done before then probably. But
I'm gonna suggest this time that we don't
she did say she wanted to do
paint
it
the
when we
wall
were there.
color. We don't need to repaint the walls, or do you guys want to? Let's leave the
What
walls,
is-
we've
If
got
they
them
look
gray
like
now.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
have to paint over, Tony Soderstein's name,
Yeah.
I'll have.
is it the other side of the window? Because you know the lady ran through the other side.
Where the.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure.
it was the other
Yeah.
side.
Oh, it was a great
Oh
relief,
my
because we
Yeah.
haven't removed the art yet.
But we are very sad their window
Yeah.
got broken.
Yeah.
Right.
But I did have a heart attack that was relieved by knowing that Tony.
So I do believe I have more of that gray paint, I'll bring it with me.
Yeah, and then we can assess what we need to do, that's perfect. So
So
do you,
what time would we actually?
4:30 to 8:30, yeah.
I'll be there at 5 because I get off.
Okay.
Perfect. And then we
I'll
can
just
assess
come
it.
over after my class.
Yeah, just come over afterwards.
And if there's a problem, I'll let you know, if I can't get those pieces down here, I should be able to get
Okay.
them done.
And they'll be open at that time?
No, we're gonna
You're gonna
ask
ask
to
us.
stay, I'm gonna ask ahead to stay.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And then
Okay.
let them come and lock back up when we're done.
Good.
I'll put on your call, Barb.
Is that it for the window then? And we'll move to item 3, discussion of possible action regarding the following items for the Bisbee Festival of the Arts event to be held in 2022. There's quite a few. A lot of these things we are repeating. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update about, that's an advertising. Before I get there, some discussion deadlines for art festivals. Is there anything that anyone can think of that we have not yet done that really needs to be done soon? I have a couple, but liquor license and right-of-way permit, but I printed them off today. I am gonna try and get them done this week. They're the ones that make me nervous, which is very funny because I've definitely done them like 2 weeks beforehand before, but
But this time, it's a bigger event.
it is.
Well, I'm totally gonna pull it for discussion, Karen, and make it.
You're gonna give me a heart attack. Last time I went to council, since I've seen all of you last time, and they were very, like, well, Leslie was wonderful about explaining, I did not need to be there. Leslie explained everything, they made it very easy. We were like half of the agenda, and they were very nice about it. And then they just pushed all our agenda items, they squished them into one ball of agenda items, and I appreciate that. So I don't foresee any issues. Since we have been here, we decided to not have a meeting in-house. Last time we had a meeting on the street of Lowell, and we actually figured out quite a few things. And so now we do have a pretty firm idea of what the right-of-way permit will look like. We did measure everything. And we talked to the people who had the cars, and that was all very helpful. So those are the two things that I have to personally get done, deadline-wise. And I have created a page for vendors to sign up, but I have a few questions for you guys about that, and I'll go over that in a minute. When it comes to the website.
Well, at the deadline of sending out that letter, I really wanted to go out this week.
Yeah, we still have
So-
quite a lot of email addresses that we need.
I've got a lot on there though. I would say
Do you have the list? I could fill in.
there's just a few that are
It's the one
not,
that's on Google Docs.
Right.
there's most of them.
Oh, you're right. Do you want me to just,
I can do it.
oh no, I can email you the
No,
list.
I'll do it on my computer.
Okay.
It's just.
Well, I still can like make it into a PDF and you can just print it up.
Can you count how many? I think there might be
Yeah.
under 20 at this point.
Yeah, somebody alphabetized them, which I appreciate.
I
Thank
did.
you.
I couldn't stand trying to look for everybody any longer, so I just threw them in
And then there's still a few people missing from that I know of, but it's just, I need to add them.
Okay, yeah, and look at that, everybody, please add anybody that's missing. I might even put a sentence in the letter that this invitation is extended to the artists of Bisbee, and if you personally think that I have forgotten, if you think should I put something in there like that, if you would like me to make sure to get an invitation to someone else. For example, I had Indigo contact me, and then Perush contacted me, and Perush said to just send his stuff to Indigo. I've had a lot of people inquiring because the word is out that we're doing this, so.
I have two.
Wait! Oh. What, Jenny?
I didn't mean it that way.
Tourette's.
Did one of those guys change their name? Or is Indigo?
Who's Indigo?
Other than Perush.
Oh.
It's
I
the
think
other
he
one.
cha- Oh, Sundial.
Classic Bisbee problem.
Changed his name,
Not keep
right?
track of names.
Makes it hard.
Classic Bisbee problem,
I
exactly.
do have a few people to add as well, but
Yeah.
So let's
I've been
try.
having trouble doing anything because I work
Yeah.
only on a mobile device.
Okay, so
Yeah, I can't
here's
do
the
it on my
deal.
mobile device.
On Wednesday, I will be home. And so if you call me, anytime Wednesday, except when I have breakfast with Bill, because that's holy time, after 10, you can call me and I will manually add them for you.
Okay.
So just call me up, because it only takes me a second. There's 111 people, sort of, because there's a couple spaces. It looks like there's more like probably 20 or 5 missing. And then there's, so Wednesday, call me and I will,
And I can just text you too.
You can text me.
Basically, I made the list and I just left all my family out.
so that is
Here's my way of doing it.
just be careful, because I will lose it.
So can
He's on
I
there,
then
isn't he?
throw a deadline
think
in
his
front of
email's on.
Oh,
everybody?
thank you.
Can I throw this deadline out in front of everybody? I
Yes.
do want this letter to go out by the weekend, so by Friday, can we all just get everything we can? Now, obviously, we can send letters to people if we have to later than that, but I would really like that to happen. And the letter as it is now, I've made changes. Have you read it? Did we read it together?
I read the last
Yeah, the
one.
last version we did, okay.
And
And so
then-
all I need to add to that is how to get into the website. I need the
So this is, it counts, because it's part of the deadline. I'm trying to think of
it
it.
is
So,
deadline.
I thought about this a long time, and for those of you who are not familiar with this detail, it's a little confusing. I will do my best to explain. There is a system where I can make a form on a website, but there is nowhere to upload a PDF onto our website. So if you are an artist and you want to apply, you have to include pictures of your work. You can't do that through the website. So I looked at Submittable. Submittable is a platform where people do, like artists do that. Like if I applied for a grant from the Arizona Commission on the Arts, I'd do it through Submittable. There's a few downfalls of that. Number one, it costs us money to be a part of Submittable. Number two, I think it's overwhelming for a lot of Bisbee artists. I think we're gonna lose a lot of people by using Submittable because it's a little bit complicated. In my experience, a lot of the Bisbee artists are not particularly great at technology. Forgive me for saying so, for all of the world that is. But there are a lot of people who don't know the difference between a JPEG and a PDF. And you're gonna have to say you want a PDF or a JPEG when you send that letter. So this sounds incredibly archaic, but I think that the best thing to do is to send them an email and have them email you back.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's not for that long, it's not, and
It's
I don't
going to be
mind
a
that they
little
have, I
overwhelming.
don't mind that they have my email address, and I'll just try to start a file to shove it all into real quickly.
I was worried it'd be a little overwhelming for you, but I can't think, I
No,
thought about it.
I realize that I don't probably even have the inclination to go to another platform, go to Submittable. I'm not doing that stuff myself,
is.
so.
It's not the most intuitive one.
Right.
And I mean, the Arizona Commission of the Arts uses it, but they all have an education on how to use it. For us, it's like another thing that I think that,
So what we'll do then is I'll have it sent to my email. I'll be bringing my computer, and as a group, we will look at what's being submitted, okay?
yes,
Can I add an artist right now?
yes, but this is the most important thing, and you probably know this. When you send it, just for your own well-being, when you send that out, do it as a blind CC.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Okay. Because,
I do that for my, I have a yoga, 100 and,
okay, so I was like, just
Sure.
thinking about all the potential problems here.
yeah.
Ted Briel.
He's on there.
Wait, he's on there.
I don't see him.
He's on there.
Fine. I was looking at my sheets and.
He doesn't have an email address, he has a phone number, but he's on
He has
there.
a phone number, yeah.
But yeah, I will add David's.
I will, I can get you Ted's address.
Okay, great. A few years ago, he wasn't using email very well, so that was, the other
That
day,
shows how technologically savvy I am. I can't even read the list.
it's tiny on your
This
phone.
one.
Deadline, the other deadline is I have to get out the vendor application. That's the most, because I do,
Yeah, we have to get that. People are asking about that. too.
yeah, no, and I will tell you that I have, that $30 that we paid on Facebook last month created a lot of emails.
Oh, I bet.
It's great. So right now we have 200 people signed up for our newsletter, and we have dozens of emails of people wanting to be involved. And the Facebook ad that we used has like 700 likes and like 150 shares and many, many comments. If you go onto the Bisbee Arts Commission page, it definitely is paying for itself. Funny enough, I only aimed it at women between the ages of 35 and like up, and it seems like that worked great. There's not a man in Arizona who's seeing that ad right now. We could change that, but I think that, that's our core group of people, and I know that men like to go to art festivals too, but it seems to be working out. We're gonna keep on running that. I sent you the invoice, did you get it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we spent like $22 so far. So, but it really is worth it.
What was that, we just did a, how did you do that? We just did a blast, or what?
I just boosted it.
Boosted it
Yeah.
with that, okay.
The vendor deadline is super important. I have an ad for it to be done. I would like to have the vendor stuff up by the end of the week with a MailChimp newsletter that goes along with it, and run the newspaper ad next week. I think 3 weeks is enough. If we don't get enough, we just extend it. And I will show you the, this is for the newspaper or for Facebook. Be an art vendor.
There you go. Be an art vendor.
Yeah.
At the
So
Bisbee
I'll send it
Festival
to you
there.
and we'll run it next week if that's
And
okay.
it's
Yeah, I'll have to get it to her by,
It's square.
yeah,
Thank
I'll
you.
get it to her by Tuesday of next week.
Good for-
Instagram.
Yeah, no, exactly.
My whole life is Instagram right now.
So, those are the deadlines right now that we're
We're
really,
doing everything.
those are the most important things.
Okay.
And those are the
Those
most.
three things, the
yeah.
liquor, well, this three,
The
liquor right
permits,
away, permits,
the vendors, and the
artist
artists.
letter, okay.
So, in regards to the website, I have created this vendor page. I can send it to you. Would you bear with me for a second while if I read what I wrote? So
The vendor, what?
there's a reason why I want to read it to you. Oh, it's not for fun. So, this is the website, to make sure I'm on the right agenda. Yes. An application for vendors is complicated. So, I actually won't have to read through all of this. My question is, for you, I've given them a lot of information here before they fill out the form. Because I know what not giving people information leads to complete chaos. And so I've given them all the information I can think of. Some things I do not know. How big did we decide the vending space will be? I can't run it until I tell them.
10 by 10, and it can be shared.
But this is the problem. when I give people the option of sharing on this form, it might turn into chaos.
Right? Yep.
It would be better if we let people,
Sign up and then they can decide to share.
we deal with it after the fact, I think. 'Cause the more information I give,
Right, that's kind of.
it gets confusing, and tried to be really clear about not being confusing. Are we supplying the tables for the vending?
What did we decide?
I thought we
today?
decided that
Yes,
we were,
would. Yeah.
because the
Eight
cost
tables.
is minimal, but it could really streamline the process of setting up vendors.
And how many tables per vendor?
Oh, we were only gonna do one.
Just one table?
No,
And how
maybe.
big is that table?
8 foot?
It's 8 foot.
8 foot by,
It's,
It's a standard.
it's one of these.
Yeah.
So what is that, 2.5?
I just wanna spell it out for you.
Okay,
I'll find out. It's a standard 8 foot table.
yeah.
I've been very clear about we are not providing any electricity, right?
That's fantastic.
So, I'm just trying so that somebody can't say later, like, you said we could have this.
Yeah,
So applications for art vendors will be open until May 31st. Those selected will be notified by email by the end of June. It could be before that, but I'm giving us some leeway. Selected art vendors will have to pay a $75 space reservation fee to the Bisbee Arts Commission. We decided on that, right? Purchase event insurance. Is that what it's called? What is it called? The insurance that.
Yeah, it's a certificate of liability.
So that's why.
Took me a minute, but
That's why I wanted to read, because I was like, I'm using words that don't make any sense. All right, liability.
And the city has to be named as the additional insured.
And I can put a link to that link, I can link to what you.
Yes,
gave me.
to what I gave you.
Can we give them an estimate of what that's gonna cost them?
I don't know.
That was one of the things, I wanted to be able to tell people like what it would cost.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, maybe you could put one through on
Yeah.
there and see what they say.
So I want to be
I
able,
just don't know what the cost is for that.
and then the additional thing, I'll research that. They have to have a Bisbee business license. don't they?
Correct. They need
And
to
is that
have
what
one.
it's called, even if it's just for a weekend? It's a Bisbee business license?
It's yeah, well, it's a, do you have the right-of-way permit?
Mhm.
I think it tells you on there.
So these are the things that I'm like, no matter amount of research is as good as mine.
I think it's on the page with the fees.
Business license, special event license.
Yes, that's,
Go both, $39.56. So that's what, we have $75 plus $39 plus whatever, so it just gets expensive. That's
but
what-
the majority of them won't need, they'll just need to make sure that they're operating. I don't think she's gonna charge them the 39. I think that, so I wouldn't worry about that. But majority of them probably already have,
Well, here's the,
business
promoter will
license.
pay a fee of $39.56 and each vendor will pay $6 per day.
right, but we're gonna waive the fees, so we're gonna ask for all the fees to be waived.
All right.
So
Good to
I
ask.
wouldn't worry about that, but they will just have to have a business license to participate.
Is a business license gonna be the same as a special event license, or is that in addition?
No,
It's like
It's the same.
It's the same
It's the
thing.
same, okay.
yeah.
But this is, and to be clear, once we notify these people is when they will get this, you know, and I made that clear. Because we do have to decide, you know. The other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys while I was writing this, it's funny how complicated this is. I know,
Yeah.
Vending space priority will be given first to Bisbee residents, then Cochise County residents. If space is still not filled, we will then consider applications from those living in other parts of Arizona. That seem fair?
Yeah.
My super fun one that I wrote, art vendors may not sell weapons, illegal items, or anything that supports, glorifies, or promotes hate. Please consider this as an all ages event and items for sale will be viewed by children. That was for one special person out there. But yeah, so that seems, I didn't read the whole thing out to you. So once I make these changes, I will send a link to you. Do not share that link. And then you can tell me if anything needs to be rephrased instead of reading the whole thing. I I just like went over this over, it took me about 2 or 3 hours to get everything I wanted on
Yeah,
here.
it's complicated.
It is complicated, and then you're like, you just don't wanna make your life a living hell.
Right, and then put something out there that you'll regret.
Yeah, and then the link to the insurance,
Mhm.
you have that link, you sent it to me, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I just have to find it, my email again.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you can't find it, let me know.
so thank you for bearing with me, it's a little complicated. After this is up and open, speaking of deadlines, then we'll talk about the next meeting about volunteer, like putting a volunteer one on there.
Volunteer
or
page
adding
up,
one.
right.
Yeah. But this is just like enough at the moment for me with the other permits.
Right.
So going on to advertising, we talked about, right now, we're just, I called Tucson Guide to make sure there's still a couple months out on that one. And the Facebook ad is doing well, so, does it all make sense?
Mhm.
Thanks for bearing with me. That was, I know it's really boring, but it was really complicated. Okay. Discussion, liquor license, right-of-way permits, we're on that.
Yeah.
Discussion, parking.
I wasn't sure if we still needed to discuss that or not.
We just don't have any feedback, I don't have anything to update.
Did you ask about using that dirt lot on the side of the old,
I didn't ask about that because other things have come
oh, yeah. Has,
up. Because of Chico.
oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
So I don't know when we'll talk about that. I can talk about it next.
No, let's wait till, or should we talk about, should we insert it there?
Yeah, I mean, if it's involving something to do with our parking, the
Yes.
world is a very, it's a fluid thing.
Okay, because the reason it's involved with parking is that I talked to Chico McMurtry about bringing his border crossers to the event.
Which is great.
And he wanted to, in fact, I think he's gonna get in touch with Robert
Quintanar. Isn't it? Quintanar?
Robert.
Quintanar?
It took years.
Quintanar.
Yeah.
That's nice, that's
Okay.
not that bad.
Anyway, he wants to do something that sounds a little ambitious, or
During the festival?
as an event, maybe like one night of the event.
I would have it as our VIP night.
Would you
Our
do it
Friday
that
night.
way?
Yeah, that's what I would do, because
So-
we're gonna have people pay to come to that event, so something special at that event would be,
Okay. So what he wanted to do was get permission from Freeport to put his vehicles in front of the concentrators. Either the concentrators or at the beginning, the entrance to the pit, which I don't even know what he means. All right, so let's just say he,
I love it. I
let's
know
just say,
Freeport's like, oh my god, these.
oh, I know, it's very,
give
Just
artists an
getting
inch,
started.
they'll take a mile.
And then we're like, well, we only have like 500 favors we want to ask you.
So then he said, well, if I do it for the concentrators, then people could watch from across the street. So then I'm thinking, oh, that parking space, that grassy area would be where spectators would have to watch this thing. Frankly, I'm not sure about how effective it would be. It's very far away.
Freeport's always been weird about people getting close to the concentrators.
Well,
Yeah.
he would be the only person,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so I would like to just say, though, that I would like to maybe put it on the agenda about him and his border crosser idea, because as I was discussing it with him, he asked if we could fly him back from New York or LA to do it.
And then I remembered that we have this open invitation to ask for money from Sloan, and he loves to bring artists to town. So that might be one that he would actually.
That would be yeah, we would definitely have to find a
That would be a
sponsorship.
sponsorship.
I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, a lot of people ask for that.
Yeah.
We have, and we'll talk about that at some point too, we have had a couple people ask me if we are looking for sponsorships.
Okay.
So let's find out, how should we progress?
I don't know how to progress because, frankly, it feels like he's gonna have to do he'll have a lot of work to do directly with Freeport, and I don't feel like we should interface too much.
Okay, because that's if we can invite him to a meeting and talk to him, but we should give him a little time to decide what he's gonna do.
I can be in touch with him and ask him if he'd like to come to a meeting and how to go forward from
Yeah.
here.
We could find a sponsorship for him if we needed to, I think.
Mhm.
I
It's a
just
big thing to
am
ask him to
feeling-
do.
The only thing I'm hesitant about is, we already have a lot to do for this festival.
It would have to be his
I don't
doing.
think we would,
Oh.
I don't feel like we should offer to do a lot to help him get this organized.
Now, if he wants to do it, he can do it, that's fine. Helping him with a little bit of the financing, that seems like,
That's
Reasonable.
pretty fine, but
Yeah.
the
But
rest
the
of it is
actual-
gonna
the
have to
actual-
be.
I think you're totally in the right in the sense of like let's let him, and just check in with him.
All right, I'll do that.
More or less make a window of opportunity and let them.
And
run
by the way,
it.
so even if we did do that, using that
Area.
area
Grassy.
as a place to watch the event, that would only be that night, and then the event would be going on, so we could still use that as a parking space on the 22nd and 23rd. I think though, the Chico McMurtry thing, if it only happens at the VIP event, what would we have that would be ongoing through the festival? That's the question that I have for him.
He doesn't want to have anything on display during the festival.
Okay.
So it would be an event, and that's it.
Oh, a one-time event. Okay, so that changes kind of a little bit, but it adds something to the VIP night that is significant.
For sure. I mean, I think we can work, if he's willing to go figure out how to do it. It is gonna be a lot of discussion between him and Freeport.
Yeah, and I also think if he really does want to do it, I think he should make it very visible and more accessible, maybe not across the street.
I don't think across the street, I think.
It'd be better in the
higher
parking
Would
lot,
be better.
I was thinking
But-
the same thing.
but we're not gonna, we would have.
Be better
to
from
work-
one end of Lowell to the other end of Lowell, or something
He's-
like that.
yeah.
Let's just keep in touch with
I'll
him
keep
and
in
then
touch.
we'll.
So then the upshot is I should still ask about parking in that grassy lot.
I think we should ask.
All right, let's see how they feel.
Is the city on the parking no, they don't, it's down, or any of that lot behind the building?
City Hall,
there?
that's
City Hall.
Freeport, the City
Is it
Hall,
all Freeport down there? Okay.
I think there's a bunch of crap back there, is the only reason they probably would not be down for people.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff at the
As you go down that like little.
alley.
Yeah, alley.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's dumpsters, there's
Yeah.
cars
We
that
do
get
have
parked there.
Lowell, but we
There's a
need,
sewer
now we need
smell.
to,
Yes, sometimes there's a grease trap
Plus,
smell.
I noticed too, there's a fair number of like loading areas that would be
Yeah, it's.
like liability
All right, so
issues.
there's just that grassy area.
we, I'm sorry,
I'm a little confused about how to proceed though. What's happening, what's happening, I should be telling you, but I'm curious about the shuttle, because you had said that.
I was gonna talk about it,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I was gonna ask, we received permission to ask Lowell.
We already have that. That's already squared away. It's all
And the
done.
next step on that is,
They passed it at a school board meeting.
They already did. They already signed off on it.
So.
oh, they did?
Yeah, it's
Why
done.
did I not know that? Okay. Yeah, so we have that. But we have to use the shuttles, and the shuttles, they're down.
Wait a minute. We have to use the shuttles from the Lowell School parking lot? Well,
There's no way to safely walk across the
Across the
street.
street that way.
Yeah, there's no crosswalk.
Yeah, there's no crosswalk and people can't see when they're coming around from the underpass. People sometimes can't see that they're,
I understand, it's
Yeah,
dangerous right
it's really
there. I get
dangerous.
it. But, so would it be going, it'll
It
have
would
to go
just be
around the
turned-
circle and come,
yeah,
It would literally be like a 2-minute ride, but we can't have people walking across the
Okay.
street there.
yeah.
so we will have the shuttle no matter what,
It will just be the route that you give them because you weren't sure if it was gonna include the pit,
and we're still not sure.
Or-
I haven't heard back.
if it was the
Down
pit.
Old Bisbee, Central School, the pit,
Right.
and
So are we talking about having the shuttle go to Central School, make like 4 stops?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna, when you do when it asks for, I don't remember what it asks for there.
On the right of way?
Yeah, just put on there that the bus is needed and then you'll need to have a specific route mapped out for them.
we need that anyway, because we need specific, places for people to park and.
Right.
So.
So how should I,
For what? I'm sorry?
what should I do to follow up? Because,
With Chico?
No, about parking, because I was sort of interfacing with Freeport about the pit, and I haven't heard back about it.
Well, we just
But
need
we're
to
gonna-
request, again, can I know whether or not that's a?
I mean, I can do that, and then I was also wondering if you guys want me to do anything about the shuttle, because I had talked to the mayor, the city manager about it. Would you like me to do any more?
No, I don't think so, because we've got it all worked out.
Okay.
They just need to know the
What the
route.
stops
Okay.
are, what the stops
And it's
are.
part of this permit that I have to
Right.
fill out.
Okay.
And, you know, I did not ask if they needed specific times, like a specific time frame. And if you think that we do, go ahead and put it on there, and then they can tell us if they need it or not.
When I fill this out, I might call you too.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we do have
it's
all of that
that's all.
worked out.
The only
It's
thing we need to
just,
know from Freeport,
Yeah.
you're totally right, leave Chico, just see if Chico's gonna.
Actually, and I would discourage Chico from even suggesting using the route, the
I
concentrators.
tried.
Just
I
say,
already tried.
you already said. yes,
He's
it
gonna,
worked.
he will definitely, probably, he has a, you know, he's got a very strong aesthetic sense, he probably has a,
I suggested maybe he ask about the parking lot at the pit, because that's right there.
We could look at it too,
But,
that's weird, cause it'd only be that, it would be the same night as our event.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if we're gonna have an event
has
on
to
the
be
street,
part
it's
of
gonna
our
It has to be part of the event, it needs to be
Or else
part,
it's just gonna be
where
a
where
competitor.
our event is, not
Exactly.
someplace else.
Exactly. So he's gonna have to understand.
Yeah, I would I would check in with him in a couple weeks
gonna
and see
have
where
to-
he's at.
Check it
All right, then the exhibition letter, that's going well, we're trying to get that out by
Yeah,
Friday.
and I just need the links for people to,
The links to it.
to a website, like to the festival website, I just want to put all that stuff on there.
You and I need to get together probably.
Yeah.
And then we have discussion and possible action regarding vendors for event.
that's only if you wanted to make a decision.
Same thing, I'm trying to get it out by next week, so we're
That's
good on that. Then we go to discussion volunteers, same thing, at the next meeting, I would like to talk about starting the volunteer process.
Okay.
And then we have discussion and possible action regarding the tent rental. Same, we have decided how many tents we're gonna have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When it comes to the tables, will somebody give me a quote on how many, we're gonna need 30 tables. For
Is it-
the,
who got
for
the,
the vendors
who
on.
got a hold of, what was the name of the company, the
High jump,
High Jump? So if you're talking to High Jump, then are you?
one time I talked to them.
Do you want me to call or?
I can do it.
Somebody wanna talk to them again?
Yeah. If you could get an invoice
Okay,
of what it's gonna cost us, and that way we can put it back on, because you're gonna have to approve spending that
okay,
money.
so on that invoice, do you want everything we're planning to rent from them
Yes,
included?
yes.
So
We need to figure out,
let's make a little list,
Okay.
so that I feel clear about.
So we
it.
have 4 of the long tents.
Yeah, 3 for vendors and 1 for the,
We
4
have,
tents, and those are the 20 by 40. Okay?
then we have 30 of the 8 foot by God knows what tables, just for the vendors.
Just for the vendors, because then we are gonna put some in the food area, correct?
Yes.
Under that tent.
And so we need to decide how many of those tables we're gonna have.
Okay.
I think the sound guy is gonna need one. I think that we should probably put, boy, I would rather have rounds for people to sit at to eat.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you can get 8 people.
I can pull up their website right now and tell you what the difference is in
Okay.
prices.
Okay,
Yeah, and we have to work it out, but like I said, because.
so let's say, yeah, I'm gonna say 2 for, well, we need an entrance, or a booth, or our own, we need to.
We are gonna need our own booth, a small
A
booth.
table for the beverages.
What I would say, I mean, in the world of events, it is amazing how many tables you need. I was telling Leslie when we had the Ward 1 meeting that 99% of nonprofit activity is putting tables up and then taking them down.
They
So
will set all of them up.
That's the beautiful thing about them.
So we just have to decide how many we need.
Yeah,
Yes.
2 for us, 2 for the sound
They
guy.
also have water slides and bouncy houses.
Not art appropriate, but we'll have it at the party.
Sorry, I was getting excited.
Yeah.
My kind of thing.
So, rounds,
They have constable
oh, do they?
horses. Sorry, I'm getting to the tables.
No, it's fine.
Browsing.
We need to, we don't have to decide, we're not voting on anything with this tonight. We don't have to decide right this
We're
minute.
just trying to get to a number.
I just
so she
wanted
can
to
a
get
quote.
somewhat of an idea of the table pricing. Sorry, it's very small screen. Well, don't wait for me, keep going and I'll.
Okay, so far I have, we need 38-foot tables for vendors, 2 for the BAC, 2 for the sound guy, 2 for the beverage stand. And then I think everybody else, the other food suppliers and stuff should have their own tables.
I agree.
And then round tables, how many, let's just talk about how many do you imagine, if we had, I think if we had 8
I was thinking.
round tables, you could get easy 8 people around a round table. Not, I mean, but you
And a lot of
can.
people can stand too. I mean, yeah. we'll
So
go-
how about we try to get a quote of 8 rounds,
Okay,
and those would be 5-foot rounds, or what do you think, 4-foot rounds?
I think they're five, are they usually 4 or 5, aren't they?
Yeah, usually.
well, I can tell you here, just 2 seconds, I just got the dimensions for the 8-foot long
Okay.
tables. They're 8 foot by 30 inches.
You're right with the 2.5 feet. And the rounds probably vary from 72 foot to 60 foot, I mean 60 to
So,
72 inches, 60 inches.
We have the option, a 4-foot round table up to, just 4 and a 5-foot. And then they have little cocktail ones that are taller.
So I would say 5 foot.
Let's do, yeah,
8,
8 rounds.
5 foot, and then you think we need at least 8 chairs per table? So you're gonna need more chairs than that.
Well, we're at, let's just order 100 chairs.
Yeah.
Okay, and there are 3 different kinds of chairs to choose from.
Well, isn't that gonna be part of the seating from,
Music, yes.
So we may need more than 100.
No, I think 100, well, because the people are eating in the same area where they're listening to the music.
I thought we were gonna have a couple rows of just listeners.
Please
Yeah,
remind
but
me how
that's,
many
there's,
rounds.
if we do 8 times
8.
8 is 64, we still have 36 chairs. Now, we're gonna need some at our booth, and but I think we
Yeah.
can get away with that, because we could put 6 around the tables initially, and then people are gonna move them around, you know they are. So what kind of chairs we have options of?
There's one we obviously don't want, which is like the little wooden, like wedding chairs. But then there's 2 kinds of folding chairs with the plastic back and seat. Both are plastic. One is called basic blue chair. And then the other one is a white fan back.
Can we see them?
Yeah, I got pictures.
What's the price difference?
$1.25 for the basic blue and $2 for the white fan back.
I think we should just go with the.
The basic blue, because
Basic
we are
blue.
Bisbee blue, you know, yeah,
So-
basic blue.
Yeah, and that's the only difference for another 75 cents. So. There's the fan back, there's the basic blue.
They can suffer.
Yeah.
Let's keep it
I don't
separate.
think either
No, that's
one's gonna
totally
be any more comfortable,
No.
so. Your booty will feel
And
the
that's
same way,
at
whether it's blue or
$1.25 a
white.
piece, is that what you said, $1.25?
$1.25 for the basic blue.
And how many days are we gonna need them? We're gonna need them all, so.
Well, all of them, they.
I'm not, no, never mind, I'm not gonna do the math right now, you're
Yeah.
gonna get us a quote, never mind. Okay,
Alright.
all right,
And we only wanna do 100 or how
I think
many?
100,
Okay.
easy to count. Also, would you forward the contact information for this company?
Yeah.
I guess it'll be on their invoice, but anyway, just
Yeah.
so I have it in my notes.
Angela, do you feel like you have a good idea of what we're gonna need?
My only question is, I have down the vendor tables, the 8 foot, and the 8 round tables, but were we wanting other 8 footers?
Yeah, there were 2 for us, 2 for the sound guy, and 2 for beverages, so it's 36 tables.
36 total.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I have is 4 tents, 20 by 40, 36 tables, the 8 foot long ones,
Mhm.
8 round tables, and 100 basic blue chairs.
And one square pop-up tent.
Oh, they don't have little ones.
They don't have little ones?
No.
It's okay.
We can find
We can
one,
find
we
All
can
right.
find one.
Perfect.
If you're just wanting a 10 by 10, Jim and I have a couple of them.
I think I have one
Yeah.
somewhere on. So we probably will want a few of those. So yeah, if you're willing to get that quote, then I'll go ahead and continue, because we have quite a few on this agenda.
And does that quote, can they email it to me and then I can forward it to Nina?
Perfect.
Okay,
Then we'll have a better sense.
all right.
I'm gonna skip fairly fast over some of these, so please stop me if you want to say something or you feel like there's something to be said. Discussion, trash at the event, I feel like we've got kind of where we're gonna go right now for that. That is part of the permit that I'm filling out for the dumpster. Discussion donation boxes, I know Amy was looking into that. Did you have something you wanted to, I haven't worked on it.
I looked at the donation box and I'm unimpressed and I don't
Me
think,
too.
I don't wanna use it.
I know.
I would, if we could do a donation box, and I have slipped that idea into Poe's head and he's thinking about doing it. It could be a donation box that the BAC uses when we need it, Central School uses it when they need it.
Yeah.
You know, it could be this kind of moving around donation box that serves the community well, but we do still want one, we just don't have that figured out yet, and I would pass on the ones that,
So let's wait and see what Post
yeah,
says.
yeah.
Then moving on, seating for music performances, we touched on that.
Mhm.
Discussion, stage for event. I know that Jenny Druckman's son had a stage.
It's 18 feet by 7 feet is the size of the trailer.
And how far off the ground is it?
About,
That's perfect.
it is perfect for a stage.
It is?
It is. perfect.
And what would he need
He
to,
needs $75 for the expanded metal that's going in between the two tracks. So he's gonna weld so it's solid.
any additional cost for moving it for us or anything?
He didn't ask.
So can we put that on the agenda? We'll vote for that.
Yep.
Can we, you sent me a photo, didn't you?
Yes.
That's a reasonable stage price.
Anything else, Jenny?
That's it.
All right. Discussion, alcohol, that's in the works, I think we discussed this. Discussion possible approval to pay the Arizona Rangers a total of $570 for overnight security at the Festival of the Arts. This was only for Saturday, this was the question. I did not realize the tents were being set up on Friday night.
And picked up Monday morning.
Oh, my.
So we are probably gonna need them for 2 nights.
Friday, what about Sunday?
Unless Sharon wants to stay there, which she had mentioned.
Friday, Saturday,
Right.
Sunday,
Shift log.
there will be stuff we're responsible for out there.
It'll only be Friday night and Saturday night.
No.
No, they don't pick up
on
until Monday.
They don't
Are you
pick-
serious?
Yeah.
Instead off the weekends.
So we are going to have to pay them $1,500 plus 20, yeah.
Just, for the, woo,
There has to be somebody there with the tents.
Can we ask them for a discount because we want 3 nights instead of? Just
Do you guys want
something
to,
to
do we want
say.
to talk to them and see if the price changes if we, I don't think it probably does, but.
I don't think it does. I think Amy was the one that had contacted
she
them,
was the one.
Yeah.
so I don't have any of their contact information or
Does
who
anybody want to
she
have a
was talking.
slumber party? I have a really nice
Well, you
shift.
know,
We're gonna
We're also
exhausted.
asking for
I know.
two rangers. I mean, I wonder if on the.
They have to be together, there has to be two.
There has to be 2 of them there.
Just for safety.
It is possible there might be somebody who would volunteer to be there, and that's a big thing to ask somebody
It
there.
is. I already
You know,
ran it past Jim and he
You could
said,
ask somebody to be there, and not necessarily as a volunteer, but you could pay them a lot less than that.
That's
and
right.
have them
Pay.
spend the night over there. I know people that would be glad to do that.
Yeah.
I know, but I think it's a
Like
legality
senior
issue,
security.
isn't it?
yeah, that's what
It's
I'm
probably a
worried about.
legality issue
Yes,
for
I'm
us to
sure
be
it is.
responsible for.
The
Yeah.
street is not gonna be open, really. It's gonna be partially open. And so the point is that they're not just even watching the tents, they're also theoretically directing traffic.
So then we'll need to know the time exactly, like what time they need to be there on Friday, what
Wait a
time they
minute.
need to leave on Friday, then we have the time for Saturday, and then what time on Sunday they would need to come
I
back.
think it's gonna probably be about the same time each
I wasn't
day.
sure.
No, I'm just thinking about it. I mean, it's a big cost, but
It
I
is a
will,
big cost, but we just have to consider that it is a cost, and we do have options for people, giving us additional money if we run over our budget.
So,
So we should probably just realize that this,
I don't think it's
let's
something we
just
can
keep,
skip.
we can't,
No, I
just
don't
keep
think it's-
adding to the budget, and if we do need
do we,
additional money, we can probably get it.
will we
Sounds like.
change, can we change that for this meeting? We should change it next time.
What?
We're gonna have to make it for 3 nights.
Well, we're gonna first have to see if they are available,
That's
as
okay.
we only said Saturday, so we need to make sure they're available for the other 2
I'll
nights.
ask Amy to, yeah. that-
Okay.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll bring it back next time.
Let's bring it back next time. So I wanna solidify them as soon as possible.
The only things that I envision being left out, though, overnight, are the tables, the chairs, the tent, and probably the brat cars. You know, seriously.
But if, yeah, they're,
Because if vendors shouldn't take it.
they're there to
inventory.
direct traffic too. There's no way to get around it.
And what
Yeah.
Darren Simonis brought up about security, and he was like, don't
Skip on
underdo
it.
security, don't skip on it, is not as much about theft, but vandalism.
No, I wouldn't leave them alone. I mean, those tents are very expensive.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
we'll have three
we'll
days.
get with them.
Okay, I'll put it on the next time, and if we can't get an answer before then, we'll just push it to the next one.
That sounds great. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mhm.
Discussion of possible action regarding press release. The press release is done.
Mhm.
So we're fine on that. Let's,
Okay,
discussion of possible action regarding letter to artists. We talked about
we
that.
got that.
Discussion of possible action regarding the Take and Make project for the Festival of the Arts event.
You were supposed to get you were supposed to get the cost, the
I got
shipping,
it.
okay.
In my giant notebook, for anybody who hasn't seen,
Big book of knowledge.
now everything, because it was becoming a catastrophe. All right, I had to do it. 93.70. So,
And that's everything?
that is everything that she asked for.
Okay.
It's not very much, and that's very specific.
Yeah. That's what I was like, is that
If she
everything?
was here, I would ask her about it, but she's not. So this is what I thought today. I mean, I thought she would be here. I hope she's okay.
We don't have to do a motion if you don't want to and you want to wait to the next one, we can make a motion then for that.
Since it's,
should
it's
wait.
it's her
That's a
private
start thing,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what
Since she's here, that's perfect. Discussion, cars on Erie Street.
Yeah.
We solved that problem.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're gonna move them all to one side.
Yeah.
It was like a miracle.
It was a
Honestly,
miracle.
it was because you can't say no to 5 ladies at once.
We were all standing there going,
It's a lot different when
You
they're-
all had your
It's a lot
Punnam
different
faces
the phone,
on.
right?
He was easy about it.
He was so easy.
So
yeah,
fun.
totally
Bill's,
sweet.
Bill's the one that made the joke that he was like, you have 5 ladies staring at you, what are you gonna say? And they were all like smiling at you. He was great, he was
He
really
was,
good.
he was very nice.
I was surprised he could move them.
No, he was down. So that actually was like worth that going
That
home.
meeting.
That was worth the
That
whole
really
meeting.
was.
Yeah.
So then discussion and possible action regarding the amount to pay musicians and performers. Ginny, so you were, like you said, you were having a hard time getting into the Google Doc?
Yeah.
'Cause there's a Google Doc specifically for musicians.
Yeah. I've actually talked to some musicians on there.
Did we?
I have a list in my head.
Oh, you do?
But,
You can also call me and I will I will be anyone's typist.
I'll just try on the computer.
And that's what, you can just email it to me and then I'll just put it in the list. It'll work. We had talked about, we are paying musicians, we always pay musicians. We had talked about a few different prices last time. We were talking about 45-minute sets, is that what the deal? Anything less than 45-minute set is a help.
Yeah.
It's not fair to,
Because they put so much work into setting up.
no, and that's a 15-minute setup time probably.
Yeah.
So I would like over the next month, if we need to start, even if we're not pairing the musicians specifically with the time, it would be good to start writing out the schedule.
Sure, I'll do that.
And then we can start pairing them up as we go. For a 45-minute set, what do you think is a fair price?
I have no connection with what musicians make.
What is the, is
I'm
there
gonna
no-
pay them $100.
that was where I was leaning to. I know it's a little high, the problem is you often have like 5 people in a band.
That's right. I
Um,
think that would be.
If you only have one person in a band, you won the lottery, but
Oh, per band five, was that what you're saying, $100 per band?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I have this number that we have used in the past, which is $50 per musician.
Okay.
But if they have 5 people in the band, then that's $250.
Then it gets a little bit cost
Then it gets
prohibitive for
costly.
us.
So let's shoot for $100. If they would do it for $100
For
a
45
band,
minutes, do you think that?
or wait a minute, or if it's a solo, $50.
Well, it doesn't usually, it doesn't
It
usually
doesn't
work
make
like
sense.
the.
Because the
I don't
setup's
know.
the same.
It's
I think what's happening these days is people might be invited as, I might invite one person and they would like to bring some people along as time goes on.
Okay, all right. And can they have a tip jar? Of course they can.
I was gonna
right?
say that would help make up for.
So if we pay them 100, they have a tip jar.
For 45 minutes, I think that is a very fair rate.
I do.
Then do I have a motion? We have to do a motion here.
I move to approve paying the musicians and performers in the amount of $100 for the Festival of the Arts event for 45 minutes set.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All ayes.
Aye.
I think that's, and we had talked about getting money from, using the VIP event money.
So that makes sure that we verify, that we make clear that it's $100
Per 45
per,
minutes set.
per set.
Yeah, she added it on the end.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if we want to
Oh, but
consider other forms of performance a different way. You know, it wouldn't be more, because what they do is they'd set up, they would perform for 5 minutes, get down, then get up again, you know, the type of thing I'm talking
Right,
about.
right.
Because especially if we have aerialists, we can't be in the air for more than a couple minutes at a time. And so it's more of a trade off and on type thing, and so you have a group.
I think a lot of that especially, because that's such a unique thing, hinges on us making this list and talking to these performers and seeing who's interested,
Yeah.
and then negotiating from there, depending on, because, yeah, some people are in really, like, it's still, I mean, having somebody who's pole dancing or still walking or doing that is gonna be very different.
Yeah, and I have been trying to work with Sarah, the owner of Airy Movement Studio, about potentially we might be able to, as a group, come under her umbrella of insurance there and get some kind of event insurance.
And then we'll just
So-
negotiate with you as a group and
Okay.
figure out how to make it work.
And so that's what I've been kind of like,
I think, yeah, I think
Putting
we
feelers
put that
out.
as a group, as a
so we would, yeah, so it'd be more like, okay, we show up and it's one entity. I figured that might be easier for the city and us as a commission to deal with.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't want to forget that we need to make a motion or put an agenda item of how much we'd like to pay a sound person, because that's a whole other matter.
Can we put that on the next one?
Yeah, I am so sorry, I forgot that.
No, it's fine, we're fine. Time-wise, we're fine. It just,
And what do they get
I
paid? We have to
haven't,
research that, yeah.
Oh, also, I haven't found one because Frank Torno said he couldn't. So I'm
Oh,
considering someone else.
well, if we can do some, I mean, I know you might know what a sound person should get.
Oh, lots.
Yeah.
A couple $100 a day.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big,
That's totally fine.
it's a big job.
Then, yeah, let's come up with a number for the next meeting and we'll talk about it.
Sure.
I mean, a couple $100.
It's
that's more than
actually
fair.
4 hours a day, right? We decided it's 4 hours a day.
With
It's
music.
12 to 4 is what I believe we decided.
Oh, so we just, I did not.
Yeah,
we
I
decided
thought we
that.
did too.
Did we decide that? We did not vote on that.
Oh, we didn't, okay.
No.
We discussed it, I think.
It was
Will you put
brought
time,
up.
put that on the next
Time
agenda?
for the
Yeah.
performances?
Yeah,
Just so we can talk about it.
I think we might have started at 11 and go to,
This is why, but I don't think.
Do you want an action item on that or no? Okay.
We'll vote on it.
Can we also put, something in the next meeting about discussing about the circus performers?
Mhm.
Because I need to run some things past you guys that are.
So just a discussion?
Yeah, just
Excellent.
before I start to talk to my group.
Perfect. Before we get to any other future agenda items, let's go to item 4, discussion on any additional items related to the Bisbee Arts Festival event. Does anybody have anything that does not fall under the other 10,000 agenda items? I did.
What is that?
I'm just gonna give you a running count how much money we spent so far.
Good.
So as of today, we have spent $3,362.35.
Say that again?
3,300.
Say that again?
$3,362.35.
So what does that include?
That includes, we have the GoDaddy website, this is why I'm saying I'm organized. So we paid for the website, we paid for a year of Squarespace hosting, we paid for 2 rounds of graphic design, there's another one coming, I sent it to you today. We paid for the porta potties, we paid for the poster printing, we paid for the down payment for David Rose's building, and we paid for our first Facebook ad round.
So, what's the total budget? I can't remember.
It's around
30,000. So we're, yeah. We've still got a lot of money to spend, but we're gonna
doing
spend.
good. It'll disappear
It'll
fast.
disappear fast and we can't.
No, it will start disappearing a lot faster. If you have a receipt, please give it to me and I'll put it in the book.
The next, this is a separate thing, but the posters that are coming for the window, I'm gonna put on my credit card.
Right, you just need to give me the receipt for them and,
And then
will you have that for the next time?
yeah.
Okay, I'll put that on for the next time to get you paid.
And then I'm gonna, this is not, we don't have the cigarette machine on the agenda, and I apologize, but let me, real quick, just ask, I'm gonna send out the inventories to
Okay.
the artists and to you and the.
Okay, is it that time of year?
And yes, it was every 4 months, and it comes up fast, and then all of a sudden, artists are like, where's my money? So-
Yeah, when you're ready, send it to me.
Yeah, I'll get it done tonight.
I will need them by Tuesday of next week
Okay, that's my
by
question.
noon.
Okay, Tuesday next week.
I knew that was for me. Lydia, you sending them to me?
I'm sending it to you tonight or tomorrow morning.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because yeah, otherwise then I have to make everybody wait. And
It
then-
doesn't take that long for me to do it, it's just painful, but yes, I will get it
Do you
done.
want me to do it?
No, no, no,
Because I
no,
gotta
no, no.
do it anyway. I'm sitting
No,
there. Okay,
no.
all right. Well, I'm sitting there
You
doing all.
already do enough. Don't take that away from me, Sharon.
If for some reason you need a little extra time, let me know and I might could, beg for the next day.
I'll get them done, it doesn't take that long. You just have to fill out the form.
But
like 5 minutes.
sometimes Yvonne is a little, bossy about what we can and cannot do.
I'll get them to
I
you.
hope she
You send them
watches
to me, I'll
this.
get them done. So once again, I will be filling those forms out on Wednesday. If you need to call me to get into Google Docs or add something to Google Docs, please, everybody, look at Google Docs and try and fill in the missing email addresses. Please, by Friday, have any artist on there that you want to be included. Are you giving me a piece of paper too? This
Yes.
is out of hand.
Is this too much? Would you rather me
I
just
don't know. I need a
email you?
stapler. No, you can give it to me.
Yeah, we're gonna need a paper clip.
I will have to text you for that last artist, but I'll give it to you.
Here it is.
Okay, thanks.
Luckily, I have the big book of information. I'll put it in. If I lose this, I almost let it burn in the last fire.
Oh, no.
I did not grab it.
Bug out bag now has to have that thing in there.
Do we have any other discussion items for item 4? Forgive me for speeding through. I was trying to keep it so we weren't going to lose Sharon.
Great.
Yeah, right, and I can get to my class.
I just need clarification on the Chico thing. You want it to be there for discussion for the next meeting, or what are we
Yes, we
redoing?
could do a discussion.
We'll see where
What
we're
is
at.
it, what did you call it? I'm sorry, I didn't quite.
Just say Chico McMurtry is his name. The Border Crossers.
Crossers.
We're trying to keep our hands off, but we'll talk about it.
Okay, nope, that's what I just needed to know what it was. I heard Chico, but that was about all I heard.
That's fine. Yes. So we have a couple busy weeks. I have quite a few things to do. I think that, agenda items, I can't think of anything else.
No, I got them all listed. I wrote down which ones.
I was gonna come on Wednesday and order those art supplies, but I'll just wait.
For the make part.
For the kids.
Oh, for the
But we're
make
gonna
them
wait,
take.
so I won't do that.
Well, you can go ahead and order them, and we can just pay for them.
Well, let's make sure. It didn't seem like
Okay,
enough.
make sure, okay,
It seemed like not enough.
okay,
It's just my experience of art supplies. I was like, I think you might need more.
okay,
But I will call you about the right-of-way permit.
okay.
Any other agenda items for the next one? We need to put Ben Dale on there. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the
you know-
bulletin board.
I
Oh,
am
yeah.
so sorry.
No, it's okay. I read the agenda. I forgot too.
Well, you know, that's two things I forgot. I do apologize. Usually I'm better than that.
How many agendas do you?
Usually you're perfectionist,
Think
so
about all the
you're
agendas
allowed.
you gotta do.
You're
Just
allowed.
think about all the agendas I get
my
done.
It's a miracle.
I don't know how you sleep at night. I'd have that swimming around in my head.
I know, I wake up in the middle of the night worrying about this.
The wrong stuff, I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Mr.
are we
Higgins?
adjourning?
Mr. Higgins, do I have a
I
motion?
move to, we adjourn.
A second.
9 seconds, thank you very much. I'll third it.
Thank you guys, a good evening.